Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I got a lot of DMs from the students who are preparing for banking sector exam or who want to prepare for RBI grade B. So majority of the students have doubt when it comes to RBI grade B eligibility, right? So many students are confused, like what is the 60% aggregate, right? Whether they have to score 60% in 10th, 12th and graduation, or whether the RBI will be considering just 60% in 10th in any of the three, whether it's 10th, 12th or graduation. So in this particular video I'll be clearing out your doubts. I'll be basically touching upon the topic RBI Grade B eligibility, in which I'll be sharing all the information which RBI released in 2019 notification, right? So very first thing that you guys will be seeing is educational eligibility. Now, what is educational eligibility if you want to prepare for RBI grade B, right? So the educational eligibility states that, okay, first of all, I want to tell you that I'm touching upon this eligibility, age eligibility, educational eligibility and experience as well for the general who will be filling it. If you guys are preparing for DSIM or DEPR, so I'll be shortly uploading those videos as well, but in this particular topic, in this particular video I'll be just talking about DR general category, right? Now, a minimum of 60% marks, 50 in case of SC, ST, PWBD or an equivalent grade in bachelor's degree as well as in 12th, right? So by this, RBI means that you should have 60% in 10th, 12th and graduation. Now a majority of students ask me that, sir, I have 60% in 10th, I have 60% in 12th, but when it comes to the graduation, my marks or overall percentage, you can say, is 59.55. So after doing the round off, it comes 60. So will, like, am I eligible to go with the exam? So in this case I want to tell them that no, you are not eligible. The minimum aggregate percentage that you should have in your mark sheet is 60%. If it's less than that, uh, by which I mean if it's 59.55 or 59.75 as well, you are not at all eligible. Second major doubt a lot of students have is, sir, I have completed my post graduation. In my graduation I didn't scored much marks, my percentage is not very good, but when it comes to the post graduation my percentage is above 60%. So am I eligible to go with that? So I want to tell you that no, you guys are not eligible, because the minimum educational qualification that RBI is seeking is 10th, 12th and graduation. They don't have to do with anything if you have done any extra, like if you have done post graduation, if you have done PhD, or if you have done MPhil as well. They, that those things doesn't matter. The minimum benchmark is 10th, 12th in graduation, and you should have 60% in 10th, in 12th and graduation. I hope you guys have understood it, right? So for general it's 60%. If you belongs to a reserve category, 50% is the criteria, right? So this is the minimum educational eligibility. Now let's move forward to the age eligibility. Yeah, so if I talk about age eligibility, it's clearly mentioned that a candidate must have attained the age of 21 years and must have not attained the age of 30 years. So by this, they means that the minimum age eligibility to apply for this exam after your graduation is 21, and the maximum is 30 for general, right? If you belongs to a reserve category, for example OBC, right, so the maximum age is 33. And for SC ST, right, for SC ST it's 35. And similarly I'll attach basically PDF, right, through which you'll be able to get a better clarity if a person is has some disability, right, what all uh, relaxation they'll be getting when it comes to the age eligibility. But in this I'm just talking about general. If a student is from the general category, 21 is minimum, 30 is max, right? Now a very good thing that I have mentioned here, that if your education, if you have done your PhD, right, or you have done MPhil, right, you'll be getting certain age relaxation as well, right? So that will be 32 and 34, right? If you have done MPhil, it's 32. If you have done PhD, it's 34, right? So this is about the age. Now let's talk about very important thing, that is experience relaxation. So you'll be getting in relaxation as well, you'll be getting then age extension, right? So I have written something, that is maximum 3 years of relaxation is provided excluding your probation period if you have experience working in financial institution, PSU, or department dealing with finance. So by this I mean, if you have a work experience, for example, if you have a work experience working in any bank or any PSU or in any department which deals with the finance sector, right? So in that case, you'll be getting maximum of 3 years of relaxation. So let me help you in clarifying this particular thing by giving you an example. So let's suppose you are working in a bank, you have 5 years of work experience, right? Including 2 years of this probation period, right? So 2 years of probation period will be excluded because that's something in which eventually counts in training. So you have 3 years of experience, right? So this, you'll be getting 3 years of relaxation. So if your age is 30, you can apply till 33, right? If somebody has 4 years of relaxation, right, 2 years of probation period is included, so the RBI won't be counting the probation period. Rest, they will be counting the years of experience, not month. So if you have 4 years of experience including the probation period, 2 years will be excluded and you'll be getting the age relaxation of 2 year, guys. So this is all about the eligibility for RBI, right? It's not anything like which you won't be able to understand. It's very clearly mentioned in the notification. I always suggest to each and every student that whosoever gets confused when it comes to the age eligibility or educational eligibility or other confusion regarding anything, just open the past years of notification and just go through it. You'll be getting a rough idea what all things are included in the notification, and are you eligible to go with the RBI grade B or not. So yeah, that's all for today, right? I hope you have got a better clarity, right? So if you found my video useful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell